Hey there YouTube, this is Alex with Redline Auto, and today I'm going to be showing you how to check the transmission fluid level in your 2003 to 2007 Cadillac CTS. GM and all their infinite wisdom did not give you a dipstick, and so there's a procedure you have to follow to check the transmission fluid level, which is crucial to the health of your automatic transmission. This procedure should also be very similar for anything that uses the GM 5L40E transmission, which is, I believe, the STS. Maybe the SRX, don't quote me on that. I know a lot of BMWs use the same transmission as well. You're going to have the car up in the air and level, so it will need to be lifted at all four corners. I say this in every single one of my videos. Do not ever get under a car that is supported by something that is physically capable of a mechanical failure. Never, ever, ever get under a car that is supported just by a jack. I have had floor jacks fail, and if I'd been under the car, I would not be here. I'm using the lift, of course, because I have it, and that has mechanical locks, so I feel pretty comfortable under that. But use wood blocks, use ramps, use jack stands is probably the best option. Just please don't get under a car just supported by a jack. Like I said, the car has to be leveled. The car should probably be cool. I wouldn't try to get under there and work with it when it's operating temperature, because we are working very close to the exhaust. Let's see, you'll need a Torx T40 socket. You will need a 3 or a 6-inch extension. I think a 6-inch makes it slightly easier, and a socket wrench. It's not specifically a hard job, it just requires more effort than I think it should. Personally, I think everything should come with a dipstick, but I guess I'm dated in that respect. So without any further ado, let's get the car up in the air. I would like to say, if this is helpful for you, please do me a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. And let's get started. Okay, so I have the car up in the air. I'm just going to show you the GM approved factory lift points are indicated by arrows at each corner. Great place to put your jack stands if you're using them, which hopefully you are. Right there, and there's two on either side. So we're going to come over here and we're going to look under the car. This is the pan for your automatic transmission. If you look up here, I'm doing this while the car is still cold. We are going to have it running in a second, because the proper way to check the fluid level, just like in a car with a dipstick, is to have the vehicle running, which is why I say it's great to start cold. Give you as much time as possible before things get really hot. If you look right here, this screw that is a T40 socket, or T40 Torx socket, is the fill and also the check plug. Let's call it a plug. I guess it's a plug. And so what I do while the car is still cold is I insert the socket over the exhaust. This is why I say an extension is helpful. And just get everything set up and ready to go. And I actually already cracked that loose, which is why you can see it turning right there. But get everything ready to go so that, again, once things, so that once things start running and start getting hot, we can move as quickly as possible. I'm going to grab my socket and I will throw it on the end of that. Climb up in the air, and we're going to start the car. Okay, so in the car, I'm going to go over really quickly what we're going to do. Basically, we want to make sure that the valve bodies sucked as much as possible out of the pan to give us an accurate reading. So the way we're going to accomplish that is, starting the car, we're going to move the gear selector through each gear, hold it there for a couple seconds, do that once or twice, put it back in park, hop out of the car, and that's when we're going to get our reading. So go ahead and start that now. Fire the car up. Foot on the brake. Go in reverse. Hold it for a few seconds. Neutral. Drive. Neutral. Reverse. Park. We're going to repeat that one more time. That felt healthy. Hold it. Neutral. Hold it. I've got my foot on the brake this whole time, of course. Keep the wheels from freewheeling back there. Neutral. Reverse. And park. And that's probably about as good as we're going to get. So we're going to climb out of the car real quick and go from there. Okay, so I really wanted to use my GoPro for this, but my GoPro is not working like it's supposed to. And I'm working on a time crunch here. That exhaust is already getting very hot. That's hot enough to burn me. I do have a drain pan down below, because what we're going to be doing is checking for a slight dribble That's the technical term. So we're removing this plug with the socket that was already inserted, and what we're looking for is there should be a slight stream of fluid coming out of that hole. And because there is not in this car, I know that the transmission fluid level is low. So what I'm going to do is stick this plug back in, and this is sort of what I always have difficulty with on this car, because with the extension, the angle's not quite right. And so I usually end up having to use my fingers and burning the crap out of myself, because that's the way this tends to go. Very carefully trying to just get that started. Ow. I actually pulled that off pretty well this time. Usually it's a bit more of a process. So what I'm going to do is I've put that plug back in place. I'm going to shut the car off, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so for adding fluid, we're going to use Mercon 5. I don't have any huge brand loyalty. GM, I'm sure, would love to sell you theirs, but I don't really believe it's necessary. We have Mercon 5. I've added a fluid transfer pump with a fairly long hose there, and it's sitting on my ladder, which is doubling as my workbench for this particular project. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen that bolt again, climb back up in the car, start it back up, run it through the gears one more time, make sure that all the fluid hasn't drained back into the pan. And then again, we're sort of running on a clock, or running against the clock, trying to do this before things get too hot to work. We are going to jump under the car, remove that bolt, insert the end of our hose into the transmission, and we're going to pump until we get just the slightest little stream of fluid coming out of that hole. And that's when we know that it's about at that level, and that hole is at the exact level where fluid should be in the pan, with the vehicle running, the valve bodies filled, and the transmission in park. And so that's what we're going to do. So this is where having my GoPro would have been really handy, but working with what we got. So the car has been started back up. I shifted through the gears a couple times. I'm removing this plug once again. There's that. I'm going to, of course, stick the hose in to the hole and start pumping. It really shouldn't be that low, but I guess we'll see just how bad things were. And I can see fluid starting to drip out, just like so. And move our drain pan back over here. There we go. And so that's right about where you want to be. Just that slight drip. And now things get really fun, because not only is it hot, but it's leaking hot fluid. Ow. That's 2 for 2 on it threading back in really well though. Last couple times I did this, I might have spoken too soon. Last couple times I did this was a huge pain. We're good. So, I'm actually going to jump back up in the car one more time and shift through the gears again. You know, just make sure there's nothing residual. It's not the right word. Make sure there's nothing else that's leaked back down to the pan that wouldn't be picked up by shifting through the gears. I really want to make sure the level is exactly where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but that's really the sum of it. Start the car, pre-prep by, before you start the car, pre-prep by making sure that your socket's in place, your extension's in place, your wrench is in place, everything's ready to go before it gets really hot. And start the car, shift through the gears, remove that bolt. You're looking for just the slightest drip or stream of fluid. If it does, you're right where you want to be. If not, add fluid, maybe shift through the gears one more time, check again, and you should be good to go. Wouldn't a dipstick be nice? So if this was helpful, again, please do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. It really helps, gives me some motivation to keep doing this. It does take a fair bit of time to record this and put it all back together. I think usually it's about triples the time that it would take to actually do the job, and that's not including the video editing. So it really helps me out. But otherwise, I hope it was good for you. I hope it sounded funny. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that, you know, if it helps even one person, it's worth the time to do it. So thank you guys. Have a good night.